Welcome to our channel. Today, we are diving into one of the most profound and enduring stories in the Bible, the story of Job. This ancient narrative provides timeless insights into the nature of suffering, faith, and the human condition. Join us as we explore the real story of Job and its relevance in understanding suffering and faith in today's world. The book of Job is often regarded as one of the greatest pieces of literature ever written. It tackles some of life's most challenging questions. Why do the righteous suffer? How can one maintain faith in the face of overwhelming adversity? And what is the nature of God's justice? Through the trials and triumphs of Job, we are invited to ponder these deep questions and find our own paths to faith and resilience. As we journey through this remarkable story, we will witness Job's incredible transformation, from a man of great fortune to one stripped of everything, and finally, to a figure of unwavering faith. His journey is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for endurance and hope, even in the darkest of times. While the story of Job is set in ancient times, its lessons are timeless. Today, more than ever, people are grappling with the challenges of suffering and seeking answers to life's most difficult questions. By delving into Job's story, we can gain a deeper understanding of our own struggles and find solace in his unwavering faith. Stay with us as we unpack the rich layers of Job's story, exploring the profound dialogues, the dramatic turns, and the ultimate restoration that defines his journey. Together, we will uncover how this ancient tale speaks to us today, offering wisdom and inspiration in our own lives. Whether you are familiar with Job's story or hearing it for the first time, we invite you to reflect on its lessons and consider how they apply to your own journey of faith. Let's embark on this exploration together, seeking understanding, comfort, and hope in the face of life's inevitable trials. The book of Job, found in the Old Testament, tells the story of a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. Job was known for his piety, wealth, and large family. He was blameless and upright, a man who feared God and shunned evil. Job's life was marked by prosperity and devotion. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and his vast wealth included thousands of sheep, camels, oxen, and donkeys. Job was highly respected in his community and known for his kindness and generosity. He regularly offered burnt offerings to God on behalf of his children, fearing they might have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. But Job's story takes a dramatic turn when he becomes the central figure in a cosmic test of faith. One day, the heavenly court assembles, and Satan challenges Job's integrity. He argues that Job's faithfulness is merely a product of his blessings and protection from God. To prove Job's genuine devotion, God permits Satan to test him, but with the condition that Job himself must not be harmed. Unbeknownst to Job, his life is about to be turned upside down. In a series of rapid and devastating events, Job loses everything. Raiders steal his livestock, fire consumes his sheep, and a great wind collapses the house where his children were gathered, killing them all. Job's once vibrant and joyful life is plunged into unimaginable sorrow and despair. Despite his overwhelming grief, Job's initial response is one of profound faith. He tears his robe, shaves his head, and falls to the ground in worship, declaring, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." In all this, Job does not sin or charge God with wrongdoing. However, Job's trials are far from over. Satan returns to the heavenly court and argues that Job's faith will falter if his health is taken away. God permits Satan to afflict Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Job, now in physical agony, sits among the ashes and scrapes his sores with a broken piece of pottery. As Job endures this intense suffering, his wife urges him to curse God and die. Yet Job remains steadfast, rebuking her and saying, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" Job's unwavering faith in the midst of such profound suffering sets the stage for the deep exploration of the human condition that follows. The narrative of Job is not just a story of loss and suffering, it is a profound exploration of faith, integrity, and the mystery of divine justice. As we delve deeper into Job's story, we will uncover the timeless lessons it offers about enduring faith and the human spirit's resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. One day, the heavenly court convenes, and Satan challenges Job's integrity. He argues that Job is faithful only because of his prosperity and protection from God. To prove Job's faithfulness, God allows Satan to test him, stripping away his wealth, children, and health. In this celestial assembly, Satan, the accuser, presents his case against Job. He claims that Job's piety is superficial and solely based on the blessings and protection he has received from God. Satan contends that if these were taken away, Job would surely curse God to his face. God, confident in Job's faithfulness, permits Satan to test him. However, there is one condition: Satan is not allowed to harm Job himself. With this divine permission, Satan unleashes a series of calamities that would test the strongest of faiths. Job's suffering begins with the sudden loss of his wealth. Raiders attack and steal his livestock, fire from the sky burns up his sheep, and his camels are taken by bandits. These losses devastate Job's economic stability and reduce him from a wealthy man to one in dire poverty. But the worst is yet to come. A great wind collapses the house where Job's children are feasting, killing all 10 of them instantly. Job's grief is immeasurable as he loses his beloved children in one fell swoop. In the midst of this profound grief, Job's faith remains unshaken. He tears his robe, shaves his head, and falls to the ground in worship. Job utters the words that have since become synonymous with unwavering faith. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. However, Satan is not satisfied. He returns to the heavenly court, insisting that Job's faith will falter if his health is attacked. God, still confident in Job's integrity, permits Satan to afflict Job with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. Now covered in painful sores, Job sits among the ashes, scraping his skin with a broken piece of pottery. His physical suffering is excruciating, adding to his already immense emotional and spiritual agony. In his suffering, Job's wife urges him to curse God and die. Yet Job rebukes her, saying, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" Despite the enormity of his trials, Job refuses to curse God, displaying a faith that transcends his circumstances. The cosmic challenge set before Job by Satan and permitted by God reveals profound truths about the nature of faith, suffering, and divine justice. Job's steadfastness in the face of unimaginable loss and pain exemplifies a deep, unshakable trust in God, a trust that does not depend on external circumstances. As we continue to explore Job's journey, we will uncover the profound lessons his story offers about enduring faith, the mysteries of suffering, and the ultimate sovereignty of God. Stay with us as we delve deeper into this timeless narrative. Despite his overwhelming grief and physical pain, Job refuses to curse God. Instead, he mourns and questions his suffering, seeking answers and understanding. Job's famous words, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised," reflect his complex faith and resilience. In the depths of his despair, Job's response is one of profound faith mixed with raw human emotion. He tears his robe, shaves his head, and falls to the ground in worship. Job's actions and words reveal a heart torn by grief, but still steadfast in reverence to God. His declaration acknowledges God's sovereignty over all aspects of life, both good and bad. However, Job is not without questions. He laments his birth and curses the day he was born, expressing a deep longing for understanding amidst his suffering. Job's poetic laments are filled with vivid imagery and profound emotion, revealing the depth of his agony and the earnestness of his search for answers. Amidst his suffering, Job is visited by his three friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. Initially, they sit with him in silence for 7 days and 7 nights, sharing in his grief without uttering a word. This gesture of solidarity is a powerful expression of empathy and support. But as they begin to speak, their discussions quickly turn into intense debates about the nature of suffering and divine justice. Eliphaz, the first to speak, suggests that suffering is a result of sin and implies that Job must have done something wrong to deserve his plight. Bildad and Zophar echo similar sentiments, each arguing that God's justice is beyond question and that Job's suffering must be a form of divine retribution. Job, however, maintains his innocence throughout these debates. He insists that he has lived a righteous life and that his suffering is not a result of personal sin. Job passionately defends his integrity, expressing frustration at his friends' lack of understanding and their simplistic explanations for his complex situation. These dialogues highlight the tension between human understanding and divine mystery. Job's friends represent a traditional view of retributive justice, where suffering is seen as a direct consequence of wrongdoing. Job, on the other hand, challenges this view, insisting on his innocence and expressing a desire to understand the true nature of his suffering. Job's unwavering faith, despite his immense suffering and unanswered questions, underscores the complexity of true devotion. His willingness to question and seek understanding, while still holding on to his faith, offers a profound example of spiritual resilience. Job's story invites us to consider the depths of our own faith and the ways we respond to life's most difficult trials. As we continue to explore Job's journey, we will see how his dialogues with his friends and his relentless pursuit of understanding set the stage for a deeper revelation of divine wisdom and justice. Stay with us as we delve further into this timeless narrative. Job's intense dialogues with his friends highlight the human struggle to understand suffering. Job passionately argues his case, lamenting his condition while also expressing profound trust in God's wisdom and justice. He famously declares, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." In these debates, Job confronts profound questions about divine justice and the nature of suffering. His friends, adhering to a traditional view, insist that his suffering must be a punishment for sin. But Job, confident in his innocence, challenges their simplistic explanations. He cries out in anguish, demanding answers from God and questioning why the righteous suffer while the wicked prosper. Job's unwavering hope, even in the face of such relentless suffering, underscores his deep faith. He clings to the belief that God is just, even if he cannot understand the reasons for his suffering. His famous declaration, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him," reflects a faith that transcends his circumstances, a trust that persists despite the lack of answers. The story reaches a turning point when a young man named Elihu enters the conversation. Unlike Job's other friends, Elihu offers a fresh perspective. He contends that suffering is not always a punishment for sin, but can serve as a divine correction and a means to draw closer to God. Elihu suggests that through suffering, God speaks to humans, refining them and drawing them back to righteousness. Elihu's speeches introduce a nuanced view of suffering. He emphasizes God's sovereignty and justice, asserting that God is beyond human comprehension. While acknowledging Job's suffering, Elihu insists that God's ways are inscrutable and that humans must trust in his ultimate wisdom and justice. Elihu's perspective challenges both Job and his friends, shifting the focus from retributive justice to a broader understanding of divine purpose. He argues that suffering can be a tool for spiritual growth and transformation, a means by which God teaches and purifies. As Elihu speaks, he sets the stage for a divine revelation. His words prepare Job and his friends for a deeper understanding of God's nature and the mysteries of his ways. Elihu's speeches bridge the gap between human questioning and divine response, emphasizing humility and trust in the face of suffering. Elihu's intervention marks a pivotal moment in Job's journey, highlighting the importance of seeking meaning and understanding amidst suffering. His perspective invites us to consider suffering not merely as a punishment, but as a potential path to deeper faith and divine connection. Stay with us as we continue to explore the profound dialogues and divine revelations that follow, shedding light on the ultimate resolution of Job's story and the enduring lessons it offers about faith, suffering, and the human spirit. Finally, God himself speaks to Job out of a whirlwind, challenging him with questions that underscore his divine power and the limitations of human understanding. God's response is not a direct answer to Job's questions, but a powerful reminder of his sovereignty and wisdom. In a dramatic and awe-inspiring scene, God addresses Job from within a powerful whirlwind. He poses a series of rhetorical questions that highlight the vastness of his creation and the depth of his knowledge. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me, if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. These questions remind Job and us of the immense gap between divine wisdom and human understanding. God's speech spans 2 chapters, painting vivid images of his control over the natural world, from the stars in the heavens to the creatures of the deep. He describes the mysteries of creation, the behavior of animals, and the forces of nature, all of which lie beyond human comprehension. This divine monologue serves as a humbling reminder of God's omnipotence and the limitations of human perspective. Job's response to this overwhelming display of divine majesty is one of humility and repentance. He recognizes the futility of his earlier questions and acknowledges the greatness of God. I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes. Job's humility and acceptance mark a profound moment of personal and spiritual transformation. Moved by Job's response, God rebukes Job's friends for their erroneous counsel and commands them to offer sacrifices. He then instructs Job to pray for his friends, demonstrating Job's role as a righteous intercessor. This act of intercession underscores the importance of forgiveness and reconciliation. In the culmination of Job's journey, God restores his fortunes. Job's health is miraculously healed, his wealth is doubled, and he is blessed with new sons and daughters. The Bible recounts that Job had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters, with his daughters being renowned for their beauty. Job's restoration is complete and abundant. He lives a long and fulfilling life, seeing his children and their children to the 4th generation. His story, once marked by intense suffering, ends with a testament to God's faithfulness and generosity. The resolution of Job's story is not just a return to prosperity, but a deeper understanding of God's character and the nature of faith. Job's journey through suffering and questioning leads to a renewed relationship with God, characterized by humility, trust, and a recognition of divine mystery. Job's story teaches us that while we may not always understand the reasons for our suffering, faith calls us to trust in God's greater plan. His experiences remind us of the importance of humility, repentance, and the unwavering hope in God's ultimate justice and mercy. As we conclude our exploration of Job's journey, we are reminded of the profound truths about suffering, faith, and divine sovereignty that resonate through his story. What insights have you gained from Job's experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos, exploring the wonders and mysteries of the Bible. Thank you for watching. The story of Job offers timeless lessons for understanding suffering and faith in today's world. It teaches us about the complexity of human suffering, the limitations of human understanding, and the importance of maintaining faith amidst adversity. Job's experiences remind us that suffering is a universal part of the human condition. It is not always a direct result of personal wrongdoing, but rather a complex reality that can challenge our faith and understanding. Job's story encourages us to acknowledge our pain and seek meaning even when answers are elusive. One of the most profound lessons from Job is the importance of maintaining faith amidst adversity. Job's unwavering faith, even when faced with inexplicable suffering, serves as an inspiration for believers today. His story encourages us to trust in God's wisdom and to seek His presence, especially during our darkest hours. In a world often filled with uncertainty and pain, Job's story provides a powerful reminder of the value of perseverance and hope. It teaches us that it is okay to question, to lament, and to seek understanding, but also to hold on to our faith and trust in God's ultimate plan. Job's dialogues with his friends highlight another critical lesson: the importance of empathy and compassionate listening. His friends initially offer their silent presence, which is a powerful form of support. However, their subsequent debates show how well-meaning attempts to explain or justify suffering can sometimes lead to further pain. Job's story teaches us the value of simply being there for one another without judgment or presumption. The story also underscores the significance of humility and the acknowledgement of our limitations. Job's encounter with God in the whirlwind reveals that there are aspects of divine wisdom and the universe that are beyond human comprehension. This humbling truth encourages us to approach life with a sense of reverence and trust in God's greater plan. Job's ultimate restoration serves as a testament to the possibility of redemption and renewal. Even after profound suffering, there is hope for healing and restoration. This message is particularly relevant today, as it reminds us that no matter how dire our circumstances may seem, there is always the potential for a new beginning. In essence, Job's story invites us to embrace a faith that is resilient, compassionate, and humble. It calls us to trust in God's wisdom, to support one another through trials, and to hold on to hope even when the path is unclear. As we reflect on Job's journey, may we find strength and inspiration in his unwavering faith and the profound lessons his story offers. What insights have you gained from Job's experiences? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos exploring the wonders and mysteries of the Bible. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the real story of Job. Throughout our journey, we've delved into the depths of human suffering, the complexities of faith, and the profound wisdom that this ancient narrative offers. Job's story is more than a tale of loss and restoration. It is a timeless reflection on the human condition and our relationship with the divine. Job's unwavering faith amidst his trials encourages us to trust in God's greater plan, even when we cannot see or understand it. His dialogues with his friends remind us of the importance of empathy, humility, and the willingness to support one another without judgment. And his ultimate restoration offers a message of hope, showing us that after every storm, there can be renewal and new beginnings. As we reflect on Job's experiences, may we draw strength and inspiration for our own lives. Whether we are facing personal struggles, seeking understanding, or offering support to others, Job's story reminds us of the power of faith, the value of compassionate presence, and the possibility of redemption. What insights have you gained from Job's experience? How has his story resonated with you, and what lessons will you carry forward? We would love to hear your thoughts and reflections. Please share them in the comments below. If you found this video meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content exploring the wonders and wisdom of the Bible. By sharing this video, you help spread the profound lessons and hope found in Job's story to others who may need it. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Each new episode is an opportunity to delve deeper into the scriptures and discover the timeless truths that continue to guide and inspire us. Thank you for watching and for being a part of our community. Together, let's continue to explore, learn, and grow in faith.